Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is AlphaFinx here, and I'm going to be heading into some sealed deck gameplay. Now, this format is a little bit different from the other formats that you play. You got to play your deck differently. I've already unlocked all the cards here and thrown in, a deck together, a green and white deck. You can see right there, I have no cards. I don't have no lands in my hand. What good is a game without any lands? So I'm going to throw this back, get another one. Now I have some creatures here. I have a giant growth. I'm going to keep this hand and see what I can do with it. The sealed deck gameplay, you got to play a little bit differently. You can see he's getting a flyer out here, a 1/1 flyer. So some decks are going to, he could be running only flyers, and that's not good for me because I don't have that many. When you're building your decks from scratch, you got to really be prepared for anything and everything. So first I'm going to play the Terramorphic Expanse. And that's always what you want to play, the sacrificial lands first, because it draws a card out of your deck. That means every draw step you're going to be one card closer to drawing a power card that you need. So that's why you play those first, and of course I couldn't play anything this turn anyway. So I'm just going to toss out a Plains here because I had 2 forests in my hand and only 1 Plains. Just get that on the board right there, so then eventually I can get out my Paladin. It looks like he's running a mono white deck. You can see he's got the 1/1 flyer, and he's got a 2/2 white knight on the board right now. That can be some trouble since the first card I'm going to get out, it was the 2/2 for 2 mana. So he's already got a bit of a card advantage on me here. My War Priest is not going to be able to stand up against him unless I can get the giant growth on it. Since it's my turn now, I'm going to get this Priest out because that's the only creature I can really play right now, and I want to get somebody on the board. And if you look at the creatures in my hand, you see a 2/2 for 2 mana that can destroy an enchantment when it comes into play. I have the Baloth, which is a 4/4 for 4 mana. So you see, I'm trying to get utility value out of my cards. If this is a 4/4 for 4 mana, that's, that should cost 5 mana, really. So I'm getting an advantage right there. I also have the Paladin, which can make me gain life, and it also has Vigilance. So there I'm just tossing away, the Plains, because Ravenous Rats isn't really a great card. Now I know he's playing white and black. He could have some spells in there to kill my creatures I gotta watch out for. But the Ravenous Rats is not really a concern. My concern right now is this White Knight. The Pegasus is not going to really hurt me because it's a 1/1 that takes a long time to really do some damage. Now I got 3 mana here. I do have the Giant Growth, which I can play. I could try and do a little trick on him here and hope that he attacks with the White Knight. He's going to see that I left my mana open, but hopefully he'll attack with the White Knight. I'll drop the Giant Growth on my guy and kill off his White Knight. One of the problems with sealed play is that he has no idea what cards I could possibly have in my deck. I mean, he has an idea of the total realm of cards, but still, that's a lot of choices. So he has to really be ready for anything. So if I'm leaving mana open, he's got to be ready. He's got to think that I have something. And him playing a Spirit Mantle on his flyer, I think, was a mistake. If he had put that Spirit Mantle, which gives it protection from creatures, and +1/+1. He put on his White Knight, he would have had a 3/3 unblockable White Knight, which I think would have been a much better option since I don't have any flyers on the board anyway. So now I'm going to get out my 4/4 Baloth, and this is going to stop his White Knight dead in its tracks. And hopefully he doesn't have any spells to start killing off my creatures. Because now I got the bigger creature on the board. I do have to worry, I'm taking some damage here. He's got a 2/2 flyer that I can't block. But right now I'm getting some creatures on the board. I still have the Giant Growth. I can pump some guys up and I can get in there and do some damage. Let's see now what he's going to be able to do here on his turn. He's playing another flyer, which is not so great for me. 1/3 with Vigilance as well. And he's just attacking with his 2/2 flyer. So he's not risking the White Knight, even though I tapped out. He sees the 4/4 there, so he can't attack with it. He can't attack with the Ravenous Rats. He doesn't want to lose his creatures. Now, a card like Enlarge, now you're starting to see how my deck is kind of geared here. I have all these green power-ups, and I have the white weenie cards to get on the board, and then hopefully the power-ups. Now, a card like Enlarge, that'll win you a game in this format. That's why I put something like that in this deck, because that's a power card in a sealed format. So here I'm going to power up my guy, and that gives him Trample as well, +7/+7, so I have a 9/9 attacker right now. So he was not expecting that at all. He's tapped out for mana. He couldn't use, a murder or something on my priest. He blocks it with the 1/1, which is interesting because it has trample anyway, so it's still going to deal him the damage. I guess it saves him 1 damage. I guess that's all he wanted to do. So I just got in there, and look at the hit he just took. He is now at 8 life. That just brought me right back into the game. I was the underdog, but, now I got a dominant position here. He can't... If he attacks with everything, he's going to leave himself open to something, and I could have a trick card in my hand, like my Giant Growth that I actually have, and, it could be the end for him. So he's got to watch if he's going to do that or not. Looks like he's just attacking with his flyer again, which has the Spirit Mantle. You know, so I couldn't block that even if I had a flyer, I couldn't get that guy. I do have to win before he can whittle me down with that card, though. And he's thinking real hard about what to do. Let's see. And he plays this useless card. That's Staff of Death Maga. I don't know. That is just... I don't like those cards. I never liked them in any of the formats. They're too slow for me. And I got my egg, just in case I need an egg. I can just throw it out there. I'm attack with everything again. This way, I'm trying to entice him to block the 4/4. And I do have the Giant Growth in reserve. What's it gonna be? 1/3 blocks my 2/2. And the 2/2 blocks my 4/4. Now that I'm using the Giant Growth here, I'm going to be able to take out both of his creatures. He's not taking any damage, but I'm wiping out his board here. He's going to have one guy left. And he can't keep attacking with that guy because then he's going to leave himself open for my relentless assault that I got going on here with 3 creatures now. And I also got my egg, just in case. I'm not sure. You know, I put that in the deck because it's a possible 3/3 for 3 mana. A lot of these cards, sealed deck format, you gotta see, you know, you gotta play test a lot of this stuff and see what works and see what you're going up against the most. And this is early on here, so I'm still trying to play test my deck. I'm just drawing land now, which is not helping me. And because he's at this much life, I can actually just attack. Oh, what is this? Safe passage. I guess that's one way to do it right there. Little safe passage. Saves him for another turn, but I mean, he's in a bad predicament right now. I mean, unless he has something that's going to wipe out my whole board here, I've got a lot of stuff on the table. And what's he got? He's got to think about it for a bit. What's he got here? I got a Vigilance Lifelink guy here. Gaining life every time it deals damage. 4/4, 2/2. And I got my egg. My Defender. It just kind of sits there until something happens. And he's just going to attack, which either means he's given up or he has something in his hand to do something crazy. I have a Spirit Mantle here, but you know, he could have something to attack, or I mean, to kill one of my creatures. I'm just going to attack. I do have enough damage here that I should be able to kill him. I guess I could have played the Spirit Mantle, but let's see if he's got anything. It doesn't look like it, so I'm going to deal the 8 damage here, and he's going to be done for the game. AlphaFinx wins. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a sealed deck gameplay. And let me know if you guys rather watch the sealed deck gameplay or back to the old school one. But this is AlphaFinx, and I'm out.